Hey guys, and welcome back. And looks like we have another gilded. We are currently down in the dungeon of the Clockwork Castle. Not the actual dungeon of the castle. This is the Dwemer area nearby, looking for the pipe parts to um, fix the pipeline in order to get the travel machine working. Mostly so we can get our food supply fixed because right now we don't have any food. We're low on food and having issues with that. And into the mortal layer though. I know that there's some pipe parts in here. I know a lot of the pipe parts are like off the beaten trail. Like you have to really explore this dungeon to find them. That's the other reason why I like this. The fact that it doesn't tell us where it is because it does make you have to explore. There are also parts of the dungeon that are sealed off right now. We won't be able to go there until we get past a certain point in the story, which is getting the machine fixed. So um, it does kind of make it slightly easier on you, so it makes it to where you don't have to explore the areas that aren't going to have the parts and that you are going to go to later thanks to story. We have found that the Gilded aren't too difficult to take down, so Sarah's probably pretty confident about herself in doing this. She probably just thinks that Lohar and Lamashtu aren't fighters and they don't want to fight their friends. Um, she's not aware yet of the biggest problem with these Gilded.
They had time and so did I.
I can kind of understand why they're losing their minds to this. Lamashtu mentioned the fact that she'd been alive for 4,000 years. Oop, I need to pay attention so I'm not talking to the point of dying. Do I have any other healing? No, I do not. That's not good. I just thought of a possibility of what might be able to help me with the food situation. We might try it if we go back upstairs. Um, because I do have a skill from the campfire mod that allows me to search the area, and I wonder if maybe it would help me find. There's a part piece. Maybe if it would help me find what I need. If it would help me find food. We could sleep here. I wouldn't be against it just to so that we could level up, but I am going to save that level up for a little bit just because I don't want to um, level up and not put my point into smithing, and then find out later I want to put my point into smithing. We're gonna keep going with this until we're probably gonna level up when we hit level 30, or when we find the rest of the pipe parts. I know there are 10 pipe parts. You don't have to do the crafting because the first time I came here, I was low level and I couldn't do the crafting, and um, I had to find all the pipe parts. Whoa. So I think this is like an apartment complex of the Dwemer. Really clever design, really, from the mod author's perspective, especially since they created a lot of stuff that, while it feels Dwemer, it's not something we've seen before. Like, for example, these Gilded are definitely part of that.
None can last forever.
None can last forever, they say. It's an interesting thought process since 4,000 years would seem like forever. We're gonna go ahead and use Rise of Magicka real quick because I think my Magicka isn't restoring fast enough. I'm gonna finish this area and then we're probably gonna head back to Logwork Castle, just because I am getting to the point where my mana bar is getting close to half, so she's probably getting exhausted. And while she doesn't want to go back, she at this point doesn't really have much of a choice. There's not a lot of food down here. She's finding that was basically her main first, is that she wanted to see how big this place was, and it's massive. She wanted to see how hard it was going to find the pipe parts, pretty difficult, and she wanted to figure out if she could find food down here. She can't. She has not found a scrap of food yet, and has been through a lot of this place already. This isn't a new area, it's just the inside of this house. Um, and I wanted to come in here because I knew this had another pipe burn. This also has, I think this has, no, it's in a different house. There's an item that's in one of these houses that you need eventually, but you don't have to grab it right off the bat. There we go. Magica, Amethyst. We could take the Dwemer armor with us. We're about to leave. We'll take the bolts and the armor, and I'll put the armor in the armory. I mean, we're about to head up. We don't have much of a choice. We're getting tired, and kind of hungry again, and she knows that she doesn't have a lot of food. Um, so she kind of wants to keep pushing because she knows she doesn't have a lot of food. She knows there's not food at the house, but she does want to um, head back up at some point. Oh, hear you. I'm not going to search the central area just yet. Just going to search around this area. Magicka. Orban lever handle. Take it with me. That was what I was thinking was in that other house. And another Dwemer pipe. There's quite a few in this area. You'll probably search. She's going to leave that central area for when she comes back. Going to head back up to where she knows she's safe. Probably also talk to Lahar and Lamashtu about some things as well. She'll probably mention to Lamar and Lamashtu about the darn it. Darn it. There we go. Lurker, Ring of Resist Magicka. I wonder if Magicka Resistance is something I should be looking into. Amulet of Julianos. And another set of Dwarven armor. We'll go and take it. It's going to be useful, but I also can't say it's going to be that bad. She's not going to wear it. She will wear Dwarven armor at some point. It's not going to be because she wants to, it's going to be because she has to. Not for this quest, though. That is not this mod. That is something else. We're going to come back. We'll come back to the mortal lair at some point. But she needs to head out. She needs to go back up to the house. She wants to sleep. She wants to try and rest a bit. I will be sleeping just to get my sleep back up. She will not be, I might not spend the perk point. I haven't reserved a perk point yet with this, so I don't know if I can just spend it in skills or if I have to sleep again to spend it, but I'm not going to spend it just yet. There's nothing I can really think to use it on, and like I said, I don't want to use it until I know whether or not we're going to do smithing. So now the challenge is getting back to the surface, which probably can get up the central spire somehow. We're going to take a look. This place is kind of a maze. It's a really well built maze. Like I could never get tired of wandering around this place. If it wasn't for food, I'd be taking a lot of time here. Sarah wouldn't want to take time here. She wants to get this done quickly because she needs to go back to the college and deal with the college situation. She's kind of kicking herself right now. There's not really much she can do about it, so she wouldn't really be talking about it or really be too upset with it herself about it. But she is kind of annoyed that she let herself get distracted and come down here and did not take care of what she needed to take care of. But she's also understanding that there's nothing she can do about it now. She didn't know. There was nothing she can do about it. she might as well just go ahead and keep moving. She obviously needs to hurry because of the food, but she also needs to hurry because of needing to help the college. And we are back to being overburdened. That's the other reason to um, head back up to the surface. We're overburdened. We have too much stuff. We go back up to the surface to get that taken care of. I don't think I've seen this yet. I think we're getting battle music because of that guy above us, but I'm not too worried about it. Nope, that's the scrap metal again. I felt like I had already gone across this bridge. Oh, that was close. One way you could try to handle these guys, if you wanted to do, if you had the out of character knowledge of them resurrecting, what you could do is, I don't think they resurrect if you don't go near them. I think you have to get within a certain distance of them after they were downed for them to come back. And what you could do is you could just try to find a way to get them all in the same area and then leave them there, down them all, and then never go there again. I also know that they don't leave this section of the map. Well, not that they don't leave this section of the map. They don't leave this dungeon. So it's not like you have to worry about them coming to Clockwork Castle and attacking Clockwork Castle. My guess is it's because that this is where they live, and so this is where they feel comfortable. Oh, that was close. Okay, let's drop a quick save, and let's get some healing in. And then I'll drop a quick save again when we're full health. Yeah, like I said, we're getting to that point that we don't really have the choice. We need to get back up to the surface and rest, because I'm starting to run into the issue of not having enough magicka. Even with Rise of Magicka's effects of regen, I'm still running out of magicka very quickly. I'm just going to do a quick sweep around this because I thought there was a pipe section here. We might have already found it. That's not the exit. No, that's not the exit. That's part of the lower sanctum again. Or I think that might be the Immortal layer, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know this place by heart. Probably would have made it a lot easier to get through this if I did. And thanks to it being a mod, I can't really look up a map or anything. I have my personal knowledge to go off of, which I am going to be using a little bit of. But it's not like I have a lot of it. Do I still have another section? Nope. I need more pipe parts, which I need to find more. Which right now, not what I'm looking at, not what I'm focusing on. I'm getting out of here. I love these big orb things. You see them in some of the other Dwemer areas. I think they're really cool. Might get a resurrection soon. She'll learn it from Lamashtu or Lahar. Lamashtu doesn't talk about it. We talked to her and we got more of what they are, not what will happen. I think this is where I first saw them resurrect, because these are the first ones you take down, and then when you walk through here, they come back up. See? Oh, yep. What? Here they go. Like I said, it's pretty noticeable that they get back up. But again, they're not too difficult to take down. They're just pretty annoying. Oh, now she knows they're not going to stay down. They'll get back up eventually. But we're going to head back in. Like I said, we're going to head back to Clockwork Castle, get some sleep. I'll let you guys stay with me. I was gonna cut it out, but there's no reason to. Stuff. Be more worried about collecting Dwemer metal and stuff like that if we get to the point of making the pipes ourselves. Um, Actually, let's give that idea I came up with a thought. Um, so the camping mod gives me a couple of powers that I haven't used up to this point. One of them is, um, not that one. Oh no, it's just harvest wood. I thought there was scavenge. That must be a different mod I'm thinking of. That's depressing. Right. We'll have to keep moving. Sure is going to start becoming a pain, though. We can kind of see this place looks a little different thanks to the cobwebs coming and gone. Everything looks a little bit brighter. Let's talk
Can
to
I
Lahar
help
real
you
quick.
with something?
Yeah, I needed to ask you something.
Yes, I shall endeavor to answer.
Um, if I kill your brothers and sisters, is that going to be a problem? I, I was able to take a few of them down, but they got back up.
They are like me. You cannot kill us. You may need to knock us down, but we shall rise again, eventually. Do not worry.
I that brings me even more reason to
Of
worry,
course.
right?
Very good.
Don't need to worry about. I guess I don't need to feel bad about taking them out. Ugh, let's get some sleep. What sucks is our hunger is going to drop like crazy from sleeping, but there's not much I have a choice of. I either sleep or I don't have my magicka for it. We're just going to sleep for 4 hours. This is really going to suck for her because she's really going to have to not sleep much for this. We're going to increase stamina. Our magicka is like at 300 or something like that. So I'm more worried about our stamina being low. Um, yeah, like I said, we're going to keep that perk point. And we are really hungry now. So let's go ahead and get some food in us. We'll also head to the armory. I'm going to do all that off camera. I'm going to pause the recording and bring you guys back when we have. Um, I'm also going to go to the kitchen and see if I can do any cooking. But I will see you guys when I get back. When we get done with all that. Alright. We've done some crafting, or we did some putting stuff away. Um, I made some baked potatoes, but that was about all I could make. I did try to cook some stuff in the kitchen. All I can make is baked potatoes. Um, we're gonna go look for that rabbit. Sorry, little guy, but you might be the difference between me starving to death and me being able to survive. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cook these because I know that they might take salt. Hoping there's at least a few more out here. I'm going to head up towards this area. I don't think we're going to find another one up here, and I know that we can't go back into the dungeon or the caves that we went through to get here. Yep, nope. Completely sealed off. I like how the place is not lit up because the lights are on inside. I think that's a nice touch. Um, I will bring you guys back when we head back down into the dungeon. I'm going to head back inside and see if I can cook these rabbits for a little bit extra food. So I will see you guys when we get down into the into the dungeon. All right. The good news is we got the we were able to cook the rabbit haunches. It only is 2, but it is better than nothing. which is where we're heading towards. Yeah, these guys got back up, so that means all of them are going to get back up now. I was afraid of that. It's the other reason why we were rushing this, that we just keep running into more things that are kind of want us to speed this up a bit. Um, the longer it takes, the more they're going to come back. The longer it takes, the less food we're going to have. The longer it takes, the more the college is going to have to continue without us. I mean, she's probably not too worried about the college, because the college does, I mean, they're a bunch of esteemed wizards. They shouldn't need an apprentice to do everything for them. Um, I do kind of understand that it is a video game, and it is designed to where you are like the catalyst character, but I always thought it was funny that it was like, oh, they literally can't do anything without you. We're gonna go up to that bridge and fix that pipe section. I'm pretty sure we have at least one pipe section on us, if not two. I literally will just try to fix them as I see them. Even if I don't think I have the parts on me, I will always try. Yep, thought you were gonna get up. Like playing a zombie game. You gotta be worried of every dead I don't have any. Wow, that sucks. Two parts out here though, so we can always look at that. I think this will take us to the Immortal layer as well. Yes. So we're gonna go into here. This is the top of the Mortal layer, which I hope we can get to it from here. We can, yes. We're gonna start from the top, work our way down to the bottom. I know there's a few more parts in here somewhere, so I'm gonna be looking around for those. And of course, there's more gilded. I'm not gonna go down until I know that this level is clear. You strike out across the swells, will the wells strike back? I don't think he means. I don't think he means being attacked. A lot of what I think they're talking about is they're talking about like the infinity of which they're now forced to experience, because they no longer can. There's no longer an ending to them, and I think this is also going to get Sarah thinking about herself. Like, she's a vampire now. As far as she knows, vampires don't die, and even if she does die, she just gets brought back every time. Like, she's not, she's stuck in this endless cycle of rebirth. And she's thinking it might be because there's a purpose for her to be here. You might need to do something to end the endless cycle. Uh-oh. I don't think I did any potion crafting, and I don't think that... I have some healing. I have some good healing potions. I have that healing potion, which I'm trying to save. Okay, there's another restore health potion that I didn't realize I had. Alright. I did drink some of my blood. That's another thing I realized I need to kind of be quick about this. Get some healing going on. There it is. Well, dual casting phenomenon is definitely a powerful effect, but definitely takes up a lot of magicka. And these guys obviously don't have magicka, so can't rely on them to provide me with magicka from using phenomenon. Every time I say phenomenon, I literally want to do that. Dun, 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 phenomenon. I've heard it before, I just have no idea where it's from. There's another pipe section. Oil. It's gonna really suck if I get like half, if I get like all but one pipe section that I'm struggling to find, and that's when I have to turn off the survival mode. It's gonna be really annoying for this mod. Like I said, I like the mod. I kind of wish there was a way you could get around the food problem. Like maybe like have it like there was like a garden or something down here you could get some food from. Like again, I understand why this wasn't a consideration because survival mode wasn't a thing. So role playing food was like a personal choice. It's like you could be like, oh, I'm not down here as long as I thought I was, or I have more food on me than I thought I did. I did kind of think about turning survival mode off when I became a vampire, basically saying, "Oh, I'm a vampire now. I don't need to eat." But I want to keep going with survival mode. I'm actually enjoying it. It's actually kind of interesting to have to eat and sleep and um, worry about the temperature. Even though I do think it's a pretty poorly implemented system. I don't think that there's enough variety in armor for you to have warmer armor. Like I think you should be able to upgrade your armor with more warmth, but I don't. As far as I know, you can't. I keep seeing all these empty wine bottles and dishes, and I'm just like, it's almost like the game is taunting me with the fact that you can't have, that you don't have food. Ooh, dwarven boots. I needed it for that dwarven set I'm building in the armory. I put it on a mannequin. I'll show you guys when we go back, but let's see. I'm tempted to live stream this mod at some point. I might play a character that comes through this mod and do a live stream of it, so that people can see it and get an active participation in exploring it. Same with the Forgotten City, maybe. I'll do it with a different character though, not this one. Obviously, since I can't be live streaming it right now. I guess I could live stream it right now, but I obviously am not. Is this? Oh, okay. This was just another option to go down. Oh, there's another gilded. It was a simple gilded.
It's crazy what you could have had.
What could I have had? Could I have had lunch? One lunch. I don't see anything in here. Let's head to the next section. That's a lot of pipes. I always liked the Dwemer. I think it's an interesting thought process on like a civilization in an ancient fantasy setting that had technology.
I want to stop seeing red.
Then stop trying to stab me. Won't see my red blood.
Looks like it's the end.
Ugh. Gotcha. Guess we're going down to the next section. I'm imagining there's only like one pipe section per floor, at most. I could be wrong.
The nightmare vibes on.
If I have to, I'll sweep through here again off camera later if we don't find enough pipe sections. Shot an arrow at me. Where? Oh. Ow. Get down. Down. It'd be really annoying if like they actually like had tactics of like archers in the back, tanks up front. Ah, whoa. Okay. Was not expecting you. Crap. Health potion, please. Minor healing. Fortify my health. Restore a little bit more health. And then let's go ahead and go with... Crap, my magicka's not good. Let's see, do I have any magicka restore restoration? Not on my hot... or the menu. Uh, yep. Problem with my magicka is that I have a good amount of magicka. I just need more better regen. Oof. That was rough. Let's do Rise of Magicka and healing. Pop a Rise of Magicka so we can get our healing up. Then I'll get some healing in. You can always do the fast healing, although I feel like the fast healing is just I think that the fast healing is a burst of magicka, a burst of healing, not a. It's not like this one where I continuously heal. But we will go ahead and put that on. Yeah, it's gonna cast a bit of magicka, but then it's like a burst of healing instead of that, which I might need. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on for a little bit. Go ahead and get our sword back out for a little bit. And we'll go ahead and put sparks in the other. Other pipe section. I'm hoping that we're gonna have enough by the end of this. The Immortal layer usually has quite a few sections of pipe. From what I remember. I'm just hoping that we have enough to deal with this because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, we need to hurry. Like, there's a lot of things that I didn't think about until recently about problems with Alright. Phenomenon. Gotcha. Guess that makes sense. Ooh. Back up. The problem with me downing them all like this really quickly here is that now when they come back, they're all going to be in this area. So, hopefully we don't have to come back through here. Yep. Myself a bit more. Let's check for another pipe section. See, like this feels like an apartment or like a dining complex. Like it's a really cool design. Like this actually feels like something you could live in, unlike some of the things in Skyrim. Like I think this person did a really good job with this. Take a magic potion.
I'm going to bite your face.
Ooh, I don't trust you. Yeah, you might not bite my face, but you'll cave it in with that warhammer. Down. Oof. That's close. I almost considered making Sarah only a spellcaster and not having her use a sword, but there's a lot of problems with that. There goes our level up again. It's at least a good thing about this place is that it's great for leveling up. I will always need more pal potion. Pretty sure none of these pipe sections are in chests, but that's annoying. Ooh, health potion. keep looking. Let's head down to the next level. See a pipe section up there, but I'm not entirely thinking that there might be. Let's see. Let's look at see how many sections do we have at this point. Then we'll check the quest and see how many we need. We're at the 3, and then we have that one. We need one more pipe section, and we'll have all those pipe sections we need to repair the pipeline. Should be all right. I still have at least a little bit of food left. I think you can find extra pipe sections. Like I said, you can craft them. You wouldn't need, you don't have to craft them, so there's enough to have all of them. But I think there might also be extras. I'm not entirely sure though. I've done this quest a couple of times, but it's been a while since I did the last time. I think I've done this quest in a total of, I think this will be my 4th run through this quest. I usually keep characters for a while. I'm not seeing any. I know where another section is that I need to go look at. There's like a hospital wing that I need to go look at. That we might find more. So we're gonna go ahead and leave. Hopefully we have the. Hopefully we'll find the last pipe section somewhere else. I'm not gonna go near you. I thought I just saw an arrow. Might have just been a bug or something. I can't see like little gnats flying around. I think that's in game. Pretty sure that's in game. But we're gonna go look in the other area. There's one more area I know of that we could look in for pipe parts. Since we are down to about half of our thing, I am going to go ahead and munch down some of the salmon. I was able to make the rabbit haunches, so we have a little bit more of that, and was able to make a couple of big potatoes. So we should be good. I'm under the impression we're not going to have to worry too much about starving to death. Since we have most of the pipe parts, we just need one more. And I know that once we get this done, we won't be able to leave for storyline reasons, but Lahar will be able to leave. And he will be able to go to... he will be able to repair some of the stuff around the house. He'll also be able to give us... he'll also be able to go buy stuff and get food. So we'll be able to sell him stuff and buy stuff from him. We're going to go into the Minor Birth and see if we can figure this out. There we go. We also found an enchantment table down here. So you can do everything down here without needing to worry about going to the house before the house is repaired. So that's all 10 sections now that we can repair. We only have to find the 4 sections we haven't repaired, and we'll be able to get out of here. So it doesn't take super long. I think I've done 2 episodes of this, and we already have what we need. The easiest way for me to do this is going to be to go to the bottom layer. It's this. Is this one that I need to go to? The sickness ward. Not gonna go there yet. I think that might be where if that's what I think it is, I think that might be the part that I thought was sealed off. But that's fine. This is the pipeline that we're fixing. So I plan on going into this place because I think there might be one area in here that's broken. Might be wrong though. And ignore them. Oh god. Oh crap, I didn't realize you guys were down here. There we go. It's kind of interesting that Mazulf would have been where she started running into Dwemer contraptions more. And that was where she ended up coming to do this. And do a couple of quick heals. Be really effective. I never realized how strong that is. I wonder if it's faster than normal healing, or if it's actually, or if it's just like, it's a more burst heal. I guess I was used to just using the normal healing spell because I thought it was more efficient, but it might not be. That's a pretty substantial amount of healing. I don't think there's anything. Oh, there's another pipe section, so now we have an extra one. I'm gonna grab it just in case I did my math wrong or something. It would not be surprising to me for me to find out that I did. And lots of lava. You can actually walk down there. Pretty sure it's not a good idea. Come on. Nope. Just gonna bash you to pieces. Probably could have had her use a mace. She might have been a decent mace wielder. I personally don't like maces. I like swords. I know that priests use maces, and I think that it's interesting. An interesting fact about priests using maces is that they did it because they didn't want to shed blood. So the mace would break bone and not break skin. Huh? I need a key to go down there. Oh, is that where I think that is? It might be. I'm gonna head back up to the up though, because obviously none of the broken sections I need to fix are down here. It's crazy what you could have had. I think I think I mean to talk about this and keep forgetting it, but basically the reason the Gilded I believe the Gilded are so broken is because I think they were like their their minds are being stretched for much longer than they should be. Like, no, we're not supposed to be eternal. We're not supposed to be immortal. We're not supposed to live forever. So their minds can't handle it. Not to mention the fact that they've been shoved in these metal bodies. I do think that they chose this. Like, like I said, the game does eventually explain what's going on, like why they are the way they are, what's going on. But um, part of the explanation does make a lot of sense. That it might just be they didn't realize how bad it was going to be and how bad it was going to get, at least mentally. And it also might have to do with that part of her saying the first child, the second child, and the third child. The first children, they did it pretty sloppily, and it didn't make them, and they lost their minds very quickly. While the second and third generations were done more productively, but the second generation, like, they did it more productively, but it twisted them beyond belief. Um, we're gonna learn a lot about Lahar and who he is, and his part to play in this is a lot more significant than we give him credit for. Um, he may see himself as just a caretaker, but he's actually more than that. So we're gonna repair that pipeline.
It's crazy what you could have had.
With you, some of them aren't that hard. Some of them are a pain in the rear. So we're gonna go. We then have this one. Oh, it's now marking them on our map because of the fact that we don't have very many left. So it's kind of like trying to help us deal with it. All right, that's not gonna work. Your shield is nothing to phenomenon. All right, I think the last of them are on this. Like, yep, they're right on this straight away. Nice and simple. And that's it. You now head back and return to Lahar and have all the repairs done. We're gonna get back and he's already gonna know because the house is gonna It's not going to change, but there's going to be differences to it that we're going to notice. Not really that big of physical, just of environmental. There's a lot that we can do now, and now I'm not as nervous about getting through this as quickly as possible because we're now good. Um, Sarah probably in character would want to get this done quickly, but I don't want to rush it. I'm just gonna work my way past these ones. Don't want to fight them. Um, and I will bring you guys back in the next episode because we are at our time limit. But if you're enjoying this, please hit that like button. If you would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button. Um, it helps my channel grow. It helps me know that this content is something you guys are enjoying. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.